Okay, 3 o'clock. We were talking about maybe a channel developing kind of down here to up here and possibly looking to take a pump towards that. Really strong bar here. We're kind of going sideways, a little bit of a channeling kind of thing um, on lower time frames, just kind of respecting these boundaries. Also having kind of a double bottom here off of which we trying to pump and maybe trying to put in some sort of a pullback. On the 1 hour chart, it doesn't look the best. It kind of looked like we got this high one, maybe like a high one here, and then put in a second two pushes down, and this is kind of your high two, but not a great follow through bar here. I wouldn't consider this a good follow through bar at all, and so we get this kind of, yeah, this is natural to get this dump through this level. Gives you a better opportunity to pick up a long a little bit lower with, maybe your stop around here. I'm not really sure where I put this in here from. Let me see on like a 15-minute chart, maybe above this bar. Probably above this bar, given where we put it here, but it was a little bit higher than where the bar should be. I guess that's normal-ish. That's, something like this makes more sense. And then, yeah, kind of stop here. We had it below this bar. Nah, doesn't make sense to do that. I didn't put it there. I just didn't edit it, I guess. I wasn't conscientiously being like, yeah, we're gonna put our stop underneath this bar. Um, Although this was the original small inside bar buy above kind of thing, so maybe some stops could be there. Interestingly though, if we look on the 2 hour chart, we have strong outside up bar, inside yet another inside bar, and yet another inside bar. So this is an I, and looking like we're putting in a fourth I here. I think you just buy above this bar, above 40,460. Oh, technically this went a little bit above, but I would be willing to consider this an inside bar as well. Yeah, you can buy above this level. Let's see what the daily chart looks like, since the daily close will coincide with that. Yeah, this does look like the type of bar that, maybe we want to push up a little bit higher on the subsequent bar. Maybe put in like two, like I said, like we were saying in the first video, maybe like a channel, like put in two legs up and then continue to dump down, like in just a very clear and clean bear flag. Um, Same thing kind of here, small. I mean, an inside bar, I wouldn't really consider this the smallest of inside bars, but it is only 1%. But yeah, inside bar here. And then this bar here. This is also an IOI because this is an inside bar here, outside bar, and then inside bar here. So exact same kind of setup. If we break above this and we think that there is room to run, and I do think there should be reasonable room to run, like if we break above this, we're probably going to go to 41K at the very least. And then on the other side, on the flip side, if we break below this, I don't really feel like that's a trade worth taking necessarily, because there does seem to be a lot of buying pressure underneath here. And certainly down below this, like, we're holding this level pretty strong, right? Every time we tap it or try to breach below it, get bought back up in pretty sharp fashion. Here, pretty sharp. Here, we just tapped it and then bounced back, but really sharp fashion on this one, right? So I think, yeah, this 2 hour, though, is the one to watch, because I think this is a pretty decent setup here. It is about a 1%. It is about a 1% stop if you want to hold all the way till down here, but I don't think you need to, right? I think you can just use this as your stop, kind of buy above this on a stop at 40,500 thereabouts, and I mean, probably take a little bit of profit up here at 40,800, and then certainly we're going to take some profit at 41K region. But like, again, this is just building a nice strong level here. And again, if we were in from 40,000, feeling pretty good. 40,000 was the level, was our last night level to take a long at, and that still seems to be holding very, very well. I would expect that if we try and take another tab down at 40,000, because again, this is kind of a one bar trading range. that if we took a shot at 40,000, we'd probably get a decent bounce, at least to back up to maybe this midpoint level, 40,400 or so, if not higher. But yeah, for us to go down, we need to start forming some sort of rounded, and like maybe like a double top, or better yet, like a triple top or something like that. But we have gone all the way up here. So the fact that we made it up here, I mean, obviously there were liquidations that occurred here, but certainly we have to have, you know, like this level has been taken. Certainly bears need to be nervous, very nervous about their shorts. And I would expect that if bears are still in shorts right now, they're going to be watching this like level and region pretty carefully, because if we continue to break up, they really need to consider shaving. And like with this setup, I, almost like a triangle, right? Um, yeah, kind of like a triangle situation here. It can be tricky to trade, but um, yeah, we're just, trying to keep an eye out on how things are looking here, and looking for a breakout from this triangle. Maybe something like this. I guess you can probably pick up a long down here and put your stop a little bit lower. Um, and that makes it so that you have a pretty relaxed, chill trade. Um, Excuse me, but there's just a much higher probability of the trade failing if we're not willing to be patient and wait for that breach, that that good clean break. Because we are looking like, one push down here, two push down here, and then nice strength here, looking for a second leg up, at least some sort of follow through that should get us to around this level. And the thing is, like, if we get to this level, reasonable to have a test and then to continue going upwards. So I think it's hard to be, I think it must be very tough to be short right now. Shorts must be pretty nervous. This is decent. I mean, is it really that decent for them? I guess it's probably the best candle shorts could have seen, um, as far as inside bars go. Maybe, pushed out a little bit further here would have been better. Excuse me. But a push down to 40.2, not so bad. And yeah, like showing a little bit of possible selling pressure to the high. And if we can kind of reverse this and start pushing down lower into the 40,200s range, yeah, we could possibly break back down and kind of tap this 40K region. But like I said, a little bit of a tall order, on, I mean, I don't know, because like I feel like this looks like a reasonable channel to just continue to respect, right? We tap the top of the channel and then looking to maybe tap below. Like I said, this also kind of looks like a triangle at this time. So we would have to wait and see. Are we going to respect the triangle? Or are we going to break out of the triangle and take a shot at the low here? If we do, are we going to put in a triple bottom kind of situation? Or a three pushes to the low and then a bounce from this 40,200 region, up towards a little bit higher. But I am ever so slightly inclined to say, you should be looking for longs only right now. I do not think it makes sense to be looking for shorts necessarily, just because I feel like there should be pretty strong support in like this region here. I think there should be a lot of buying that occurs kind of as we approach this 40K level. And even if that buying doesn't result in a breach of this high, even if that only takes us back up to here, you know, and then roll over, I think this probably should still happen to some extent. So from here to here is about 1%, a little over 1%. So it doesn't really make too much sense to be buying in here if your profit target is only here. But excuse me. Like I said, this is why we have to wait for a little bit more price and time runoff, so we can see what kind of things does the price action want to do. But yeah, that is our 3 o'clock update. We'll see what comes next. I mean, on this 15-minute time frame, like it's just looking like it does want to. It's looking like we have tapped the top of the channel or the triangle or whatever. Like both, obviously both, right, are here. Both the channel high and the triangle high are here. We took a new high and then put like a really strong push down on. We're looking like decent follow through here. Maybe we can like go like this and then put another thing and then kind of keep something like that. Maybe would not be super surprised to see. Would not be super surprised to see something like this. Would not be surprised to see something like this. Especially things that coincide with the daily close, which is right here. I think we'll probably see we'll probably get some sort of resolution to what's going on somewhere in the next few hours, I would guess. Like I said, this 1 hour is looking like it wants to continue consolidating in a channel. 2 hours looking like maybe it could be ready to bust out on this III. But of course, you could put in yet another inside bar and continue consolidating. Yeah, okay. We'll check in soon.